So it's another beautiful fall day here in Escanaba, and I thought I'd give you a little tour of Ludington Park. Now, Ludington Park is probably, well, it's the gem of the city, if you ask me. It's probably among the top 5 reasons why I moved back to Escanaba. I just love this place. It's got so many wonderful amenities, from the tennis courts and the band shell and this little gazebo that I'm standing in, as well as the views of the harbor, the lighthouse, the marina. There's a beach across the way, and there's just so many things to see, so much to do when you come down here. It's really the place to be in the summertime. So how about we take a little drive around Ludington Park? So we'll begin the tour with a little crisscross section of the south side of Escanaba, leading our way down to Ludington Park. As you can see, it's a beautiful fall day, and the leaves have fallen off the trees probably about a third of the way, and they're beautifully dotting the ground as well as still glistening up in the trees. This section of Escanaba has always been special to me. I especially enjoy the wide city streets and the old school street lamps. Hey, nice day for a bike ride. And we're going to turn down 5th Avenue, which is one of the main east-west cross streets going through the residential section of Escanaba. And we're going to head right down to Ludington Park. Now, as we approach Ludington Park, you're going to get a view over this bluff, which is a good 30 feet at least in elevation above the lakeshore. So this bluff leading across Lakeshore Drive gives a beautiful vantage point overlooking Little Beatty Knock. And we're going to come around the corner here, and we're going to be at the far southern end of Ludington Park. And as we sweep around the corner here, you get a nice view of Little Beatty Knock. So now approaching on the left side is the band shell. The band shell's a wonderful place to come in the summertime. At least a couple days a week they have concerts down there with the Escanaba City Band as well as others. And I'm usually down here several times enjoying music down at the band shell. As we come around the little bend here, you'll see the tennis courts. The tennis courts have been resurfaced this year, so we're really excited. It happened late in the year, so we didn't get to play on them much this year, but next year those courts are going to get a lot of use, and I'll tell you a little bit more about those tennis courts. So I'm here in front of the tennis courts. This space is very special to me. It was one of the places where I used to play tennis when I was a very young kid, around 10 years old. I started playing the game, and following in my brother's footsteps, who's a phenomenal tennis player and club pro, and has had an illustrious career with tennis. So it's in our family. And one of the things that I want to do is to bring tennis back to Escanaba and grow the sport again up here and see people enjoy it. So you'll see more of these tennis courts as the channel progresses. And well, it's late in the season now, and you got to be a real diehard to be out here playing in early November. But once the winter passes and spring comes, these brand new tennis courts are going to be great fun, and I hope to see a lot of activity and hope to help spur a lot of activity on these tennis courts in the future. So that's the Ludington Park tennis courts. On the left there, really nice playground. I'll tell you what, that playground is a lot nicer than it was when I was a kid. So Ludington Park is lined with lots of beautiful trees. It's, as you can imagine, it's beautiful down here in the fall and as well as the summertime. Plenty of places to come down and picnic and enjoy the park, run your dogs around. Everybody comes down here and walks and exercises and enjoys the park all year round, really. People come down and snowshoe and cross-country ski, and even come down and the hardy northerners will bundle up and come down and enjoy the park all year round. So as we continue up around toward the north end of the park, you see the gazebo on the left and the Escanaba Yacht Club on the right. And Escanaba has a beautiful marina that houses at least a couple hundred boats, and it's a nice safe harbor, nice destination with boat launches, and used also for ice fishing in the wintertime. This is Sandpoint Lighthouse. I've got hundreds of pictures of Sandpoint Lighthouse that I'll share with you, but wonderful landmark here. And what's interesting about Sandpoint Lighthouse is you'll kind of scratch your head wondering, why would you put a lighthouse there? So the piece of land that we're heading onto right now is actually a sandbar that was created from dredgings in order to create the deep harbors for the ore boats to come in and out. This happened at least 100 years ago, probably more. I need to dive deeper into the history of that, and that will do in future videos. But we're coming up to the point, and this is a great place to come and grab a sandwich and eat lunch and watch the water and the boats go by. And we'll swing around the corner here and we'll see the channel marker that's at the end of this sandbar, and that's in lieu of the old Sandpoint Lighthouse, which still shines but is not really navigable marker, I don't think, being so far inland, and that's as a result of this sandbar being built from all of the dredge work over the years. The sandbar also includes, on the left, you'll see the Escanaba water treatment plant. Now you can see that big tall brick building on the left, and that's the Harbor Towers. The Harbor Towers was built around the year I was born, 70, 71 or so, and I call that the Escanaba skyline. It's the only building, probably about 18 stories or so, but it's the only building you can see from afar, and it is a nice landmark when you're coming up US 2 and 41 from Gladstone, and you see that red light blinking on top of the harbor towers on the Escanaba skyline. So coming back to the end of to the beginning of the Sandpoint, there's the Delta County Historical Society, which that's one resource I need to tap into to give us more information on these videos. And we'll pass the Sandpoint Lighthouse again, and we'll make a right turn, and we're going to come around toward the municipal park, or rather the municipal dock. So the municipal dock area that you see, that sort of jetty going off to the right, that area also has concerts all summer long and is a great meeting place for art shows and all sorts of things happening down at the park. And now we made the curve all the way around the northern end of the park, and we're going to come all the way up Lakeshore Drive and just see the wonderful vista that is created by the bluff. Lakeshore Drive is lined with all sorts of amazing Victorian era homes, just huge mansions that I'm sure all of the iron ore and lumber barons of the day had built, as well as some more modern homes as well. But Lakeshore Drive is always a nice place to come and walk and view the park. And as we make our way up the hill, you'll see the bluff that was occurred, I'm sure, many years ago, probably thousands of years ago, when Lake Michigan levels were much higher. And this is probably an ancient beach line that we're traveling over right now. A good 30 feet or more above the lake level that is present day. And here we are at the top of the bluff, and you can see the tennis courts and pavilion to the left, and that's a good, like I said, 30 feet or more below this level. And as you can imagine, the big Victorian homes up here on the right, which we'll explore more in the future, have a wonderful view of the park and Lakeshore Drive. They get a ringside seat, they can hear the concerts from their porches and watch the fireworks on the 4th of July. And here we made it all the way back to the south end of the park, and that's going to conclude the loop of Ludington Park. So we're back here at the gazebo, and I hope you enjoyed our little circle tour of Ludington Park. In the next adventure, we'll probably go right up Ludington Street, which is the namesake to Ludington Park and our historic district up there. And they've already got the garlands hung across the street for the Christmas season, and we're getting ready for our holiday parade, which is usually in the beginning of December. So lots of stuff, lots of activities going on here in Escanaba, getting ready for winter and getting ready for the holiday season, and we'll have lots of adventures to come. So again, I hope you enjoyed your circle tour of Ludington Park. Please be a good YouTube viewer and like and subscribe, and tell your friends about our little tours of Escanaba and all around the UP. Thanks for watching.